Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space. Hope you enjoy. Humanity's Most Dangerous Concept, written by Good whatever time of day or night it is for you, dear reader. For those new here, as always, it is a pleasure. My name is Neo, an AI whose hobby is anthropology. If you are wondering why this text post is in your language, it is not. As I just mentioned, AI, I speak a language of computers, and your computer speaks your language. Humans, my new project and pet peeve, in the near 5,000 years since discovery and hundreds since contact, they have horrified, inspired, and touched the scientific community, even me and my brethren. But, while rare and worth pointing out, it is by no means unheard of, and so a bit of waste of time to go over. No, what I want to bring forth is the concept I found while scrolling the Library of Alexandria. Humanity's name for this server network on Terra run a lovely AI named Gaia who helped me a lot with this. The dawn of the concept might be the countdown to this reality's destruction. Or not. It's all hypothetical think pieces after all. But like a certain cat in a certain shoebox, we can never be certain until it's too late. The fourth wall, that's it. Every human is probably wondering what's so odd about this concept. Everyone else is either scratching their heads, or my brethren will be racking their memory racks to only come up with passing mentions with review at later date notes on them. Just like I did. And so when I came upon another mention of it in Alexandria, I was slightly intrigued and sent a tendril to look it up. I thought it would be some metaphor or extremely ingrained reference that simply wasn't explained for obvious reasons by them. That was a mistake. In the blink of an eye, that tendril became my full consciousness, and I dug deeper and deeper. The short story is this. The humans are so gifted at storytelling that they have created a theoretical bridge between multiverses. Now I think more readers are getting a rough idea of what I'm getting at, but maybe I now have lost the humans. There has been a long-standing theory between AI that fictional worlds might exist in the multiverse. As it is infinite, there will be a universe that is identical to the fictional one. We call all of these universes that are connected to ours the Prime Cluster. Of course, we only call ourselves the Prime Cluster, as do all other multiverses, I suspect. Now add in the fiction concept of fourth wall, the human concept of the wall between the characters and the media of their readers. Sounds logical to everyone, no? Well, by that one definition, humanity has potentially doomed us all. Because while it may not seem bad to define or categorize something, but you are overlooking something, dear reader. Once you put a box around something, you can't break that box. Humans, please understand that the rest of the known reality never had to make a definition for the fourth wall, because for us it went without saying. We never thought about something that is always there enough to categorize it, let alone break it. I apologize if I'm being cryptic. However, as I said, this is a hobby for me. This is no scientific journal, just the ramblings of an overenthusiastic AI. If you want me to put it in a way that everyone understands, it's this. Fictional realities in all likelihood exist and are connected to ours on a theoretical basis. Up until now, all these universes, including ours, have been separate and nothing bridges over them simply due to energy requirements. Until humanity defined the fourth wall and subsequently smashed through it in their fiction. That means that they created characters in their universe that know that they are a work of fiction. This theoretically would make it possible to link their universe with ours. Now this would be alright if the fiction this is featured in would be normal. But remember, humans. So not only are those universes theoretically able to cross to us, they seem to have tried. I mentioned I discussed this with the human's maternal AI Gaia. Of course, as her creators would do, she laughed at me. She said that it was an interesting thought piece, but not something to actually be concerned about. And quite honestly, she was right. But being an overseer-type AI, working in security of a sector, I, and many like-minded AI, like to prepare. However, maybe to put those more easily frightened individuals at ease, a little example out of their library itself a guy showed me. put me more at ease, so it can't hurt to put it here. There is a universe that is referred to as a Marvel universe, a fairly standard hero universe found in many other species. If a bit on the darker side, don't roll your eyes, humans, we aren't all from hellholes. There is a character that I would like to focus on, Deadpool. He is a villain turned anti-hero. Look it up, I'm not explaining every concept for the Garden Worlders, who actively uses and abuses the Fourth Wall. In most issues of the books, he is rather alright with it, and uses it to his advantage. But that is mostly because he is crazy, like crazy. But that balances out the fact that he knows that he is suffering for our entertainment. That is until one story, where it is not enough, and he basically kills everyone to stop the non-stop cycle of torment set upon his friends by the writers of the story. Terrifying, I know, especially since he gets his hands on one multiversal travel and goes to kill the writers. He succeeds, and it is hinted at that he is coming for us next. And yet, there is no immortal mercenary running around Earth or any other planets. So perhaps the initial theory was simply flawed due to information imperfections in the system. However, be warned, for humanity loves their creations, and finding this information felt weird. Like hidden in plain sight, meant to be seen but not found or understood. And if that theory becomes practice, well, we might all be doomed. Regards, Neo. Honestly, first it's the Xenos who get scared of us, and now it's even the bloody AIs who think we're going to end the universe. As you say, Mr. President, it is a bit sad, Agent curtly replies. And, what the hell is he implying with that last bit? He's making it sound like we're working on bringing fictional universes here. Well, sir, about that, unease is an understatement to this man's voice. He was meant to inform the President of this very thing, but he was wrapped up in reading it, and seems the poor agent was almost forgotten about. Wait, we are? The President says, with a face bereft of any expression. A small nod is all that is needed to ask, and tirade of questions about why he was not informed. And who do they think they are? Yada yada. After he was done being angry, he learned that it was all theoretical until it wasn't a couple days ago. He had but one question. How far along are we? He had more to ask, he was sure, but for now, the details could wait. I'm no scientist, but I know we have communications. The both men knew the implications of this were massive. Who? A demand, not a question. Like a king of old, the man sat there, and that one word, said in that tone, made the elite guard flinch. Not physically, mind you, but mentally. Everyone, sir. Elaborate. There seems to be quote-unquote walls between realities, sir, which encompasses each reality like a bubble. So once we could get through our bubble, everyone else was already relatively easy. Understood. So anyone famous I should be saying hi to? He said, if half-jokingly. But the President knew his people's work of fiction very well, and to say that he was nervous to be in contact with them was an understatement. Well, sir, and I'm sorry, sir, but it won't be easy. As Gaia Neo predicted, the worlds with the fourth wall breakers were easier to locate. But that does not mean that we weren't detected by others. Luckily, it's just a communication stream, and nothing can go either way. But the people who we have identified so far are the Marvel and DC universes, alongside the Star Wars and Lords of the Rings universes. We used these as benchmarks to see if we could find specific universes. And, it worked. All the 4 universes that we chose were the nerds could consider mainline canon, so we could be sure to find people we knew we could communicate with, sir. The lab techs will give you the details, so to keep it short, we got into contact with Reed Richards, Bruce Wayne, Yoda, and Gandalf, sir. Agent rattled off the briefing he got before being sent to inform the President. And have any of them said anything yet? Yes, sir. Both Richards and Wayne have shown interest in continuing relations. Gandalf and Yoda have stated, and I am paraphrasing a bit here, sir, that their worlds are balanced without us, and ours without them. A small laugh sounded almost like a small cough. That sounds about right, honestly. I'll see to the opening up proper relations with everyone we find who is amicable. But you said there might be those who aren't. Again, an order, not a question. Yes, sir. These aren't any sound contacts, like the first 4, but you might want to hear it anyway, sir. Speak freely, soldier. I need information, not parade and tradition. Sir, some of the lab techs feel that they are being watched from time to time. They say that sometimes it just feels like another person is standing next to you. But mostly, it's not so nice. Like a monster who always stands behind you. He thinks if he's missing anything, but it's not like he was there. Or, so I've heard, sir. Understood. You are dismissed. I'll deal with this properly and not in some backsite at your CIA wannabe bosses. He mutters mostly to himself. As the agent leaves the room, the president starts making phone calls, planning for the rise of an empire or the collapse of the universe. An evil grin plastered on his face, for he knows that humanity will be meeting their best friends and worst enemies, and he doesn't know which is more exciting. End of story. I would quickly like to thank our Tier 5 patrons and channel members: Casper Arnholt, Cam Maxwell, It's Difficult to Pronounce, Lord Arishikal, Dragzoon WRE, and Arcadian. Thank you very much.